Search for PayPal on Trustpilot today, and you'll find a staggering 30,000 reviews, averaging out to a 1.3-star rating. Users constantly report having their accounts frozen for up to 180 days with zero explanation. Small business owners describe being entirely locked out of their own money, unable to pay their suppliers or staff, while dealing with customer service that treats them like criminals. This hostility reached a peak in 2022, when PayPal quietly updated its policy to state that users could be fined $2,500 directly from their accounts for posting misinformation. A financial institution had given itself the power to seize your hard-earned money over things you said on the internet. But in 1999, interacting with PayPal looked very different. Back then, they literally paid you to use their service. If you signed up, they deposited $10 of real free cash into your account. If you referred a friend, they gave you another $10. So how does a company evolve from voluntarily handing out free money to acting like a tyrannical digital bank that confiscates your funds? The difference between giving away cash and arbitrarily seizing it comes down to a single economic principle. It dictates everything in Silicon Valley, and it's called the network effect. In 1998, Peter Thiel and Max Levchin founded a startup with an idea to beam money between primitive handheld computers, like Palm Pilots, using infrared ports. The technology was incredibly buggy, and barely anyone actually owned the devices. Realizing their original concept was failing, they built a simple system to send money to an email address, completely as a backup plan. Right next door, in the exact same Palo Alto office building, a 27-year-old Elon Musk was building a company called X.com. Musk had poured his own millions into creating a massive digital superbank that would offer checking accounts, mutual funds, and insurance all in one place. But despite his grand ambitions for a comprehensive financial platform, users completely ignored the complex financial services. They only cared about his site's most basic feature, sending payments via email. Suddenly, these two very different companies realized they had stumbled into the exact same market, and they both noticed that a huge portion of their users were actively clustering around one specific website, the eBay auction marketplace. To understand why they fought so hard for eBay, you have to look at the mechanics of the network effect. A single user has zero value in isolation, but as connecting lines form, the network's value increases exponentially. Applied to the eBay ecosystem, if you capture this massive central hub, you force every incoming user to adopt your system. This kicked off a mutually destructive marketing war. Both companies aggressively pushed $10 referral bonuses to build the largest network as fast as possible. PayPal ended up bleeding nearly $100,000 in venture capital every single day. Staring down mutual bankruptcy, Musk and Thiel realized the market was only big enough for one winner. They agreed to a tense 50-50 merger to consolidate their user bases and stop fighting each other. Handing out free money and operating at massive daily losses was entirely intentional. It was a calculated sacrifice to secure a total monopoly over the network before a rival could beat them to it. Internally, the newly merged company was a chaotic clash of egos. While Elon Musk was away on his honeymoon in September 2000, his own executives organized a ruthless boardroom coup, ousting him as CEO and putting Peter Thiel in charge. Outside the building, a massive threat was emerging. International fraudsters and Russian hackers were writing code to generate thousands of fake accounts in bulk, quietly draining the platform's funds by claiming the sign-up bonuses over and over again. To protect the platform, Max Levchin invented a security feature that displayed a distorted picture of letters and numbers. Humans could read it, but computers couldn't. This became the first commercial CAPTCHA system, successfully blocking the bot networks. Then the parent network attacked. eBay realized PayPal was running the cash register on their own store. They bought a proprietary payment system called BillPoint and aggressively forced their sellers to use it by hiding PayPal logos and making BillPoint the default checkout option. But eBay failed. PayPal's friction-free, heavily subsidized network was already too deeply entrenched. Buyers overwhelmingly wanted to pay with PayPal, which meant merchants were forced to accept it to make a sale. By surviving an internal executive coup, fending off systemic international fraud, and crushing an e-commerce giant, PayPal emerged as a battle-hardened, untouchable monopoly. In July 2002, eBay surrendered entirely, acquiring PayPal for $1.5 billion in stock. With the war won and the payout secured, the original founders cashed out. This group, later dubbed the PayPal Mafia, took their wealth and left to build the next generation of tech giants like YouTube, LinkedIn, and SpaceX, leaving the PayPal machine in corporate hands. Almost immediately, the platform turned on its users. PayPal permanently broke its explicit promise to keep the service free forever, forcing sellers to upgrade to business accounts that charged a mandatory 1.9% transaction fee. This flowchart demonstrates exactly why the user base couldn't just leave. The network creates a state of mutual entrapment. Buyers are locked inside the loop because that's where the merchants are. Merchants are locked in because that's where the buyers are. All alternative exit paths are blocked by the sheer size of the network. Once that loop is closed, the toll gate drops. The platform no longer has any financial incentive to provide good customer service, keep transaction fees low, or treat its users fairly. You have nowhere else to go, so they can charge whatever they want. When a technology company subsidizes your entry with free services and cash handouts, they are not being generous. You are not the customer. You are the building material for a monopoly trap.